Hey, there we are.
Morning.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Billy Merritt Presents. Today is the DigiNinja Sales Academy, and every single day we bring you a live show at 11. Today it's about 11:07. They had some technical difficulties with the, you know what, I'm going to take this off. Normally I have a guest who is remote, but today I have a guest in the office with me, Felipe Tinajero. What's up, Felipe?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Can you hear Felipe? That's one reason why
Can you hear me?
You know what?
It's clear?
I still make sure I can hear him better. This is best. Okay, so here's the deal. Every single day I bring you an expert. On Monday, we have a money show. Tuesday, we have a sales show. Wednesday, we have a winning together, where it's about partners. Thursday is a dealer academy, where I always bring you an expert on dealer operations. And then on Friday, it's Feel Good Friday with Paul Sullivan. Well, I tell you what I love about my show. I get to bring on people who are experts, and I have some experts who work here with me. Felipe Tinajero is an expert in sales, closing, marketing. He's getting there on branding, personal style. I have to give him a 10 with the shirt and the tie. You're looking good this morning, Felipe. Well, how's it going on a Tuesday, September the 1st, isn't it?
Yes, first day of September.
So the cool thing is my producer, Smith, and Jeremy back there, they've got this thing set up where we have a screen right in front of us, so I can look at Felipe without looking at Felipe. That's pretty good.
Convenient.
So, Felipe, master of sales. What do you know about sales, man? Tell me your thought on sales and what it means to you. What is sales?
Sales is a way of life. Sales is not something you do as a hobby or a pastime. When you go into sales, you have to dedicate yourself, you have to sacrifice, and just go all in, head first. All you know is 10x sales.
10x. What does 10x mean? We hear our mentor Grant Cardone, who comes on at 12 o'clock right after this, talking about 10x all the time. He wrote the book 10x Rule. What does 10x mean?
10x means is you take massive action. Whatever action you think it needs to accomplish a goal, you 10x that to make sure you accomplish it and crush that goal.
Okay. So you notice Felipe is, did we script any of this? Have we talked about any of this, Felipe?
No, I just
this is
10:55.
This is off the cuff. I said, hey, I want you to look sharp today. I want to put you on the show. So Felipe has been in the Billy Merritt organization probably longer than anybody in here, I would think.
Yes, sir. 2016, 2015,
something like that. So, from the very beginning, we talked about sales. So what I've got today, Felipe, I haven't given you any kind of update, but it's the 10 rules for success. Now, success means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I cannot define success for you. I cannot define success for Felipe. I like the definition of success that Sam Walton. Do you know who Sam Walton is, Felipe?
I do not.
Okay. Somebody yell out who Sam Walton is.
Founder of Walmart.
The founder of Walmart.
Bentonville, Arkansas.
Bentonville, Arkansas. Yes, sir. So he basically, the Waltons, with all their wealth combined, are the richest family on the planet. And he by far was one of the richest people, for many, many years, Sam Walton. And he defines success as taking something that works and improving it. Okay, so when it comes to life, when it comes to money, when it comes to marriages, that's tomorrow's show. When it comes to building teams, when it comes to sales, I like to think of success as taking something that's working and making it better. So these 10 rules are going to apply to anything. Now, these 10 rules I'm about to lay out here for you, we may not get through all 10 of them today, but that's okay. But I promise you one thing. I have studied these rules. I have organized these rules that I've gotten from hundreds of different resources and studying and reading successful people and success coaches, including our mentor, Grant Cardone, who we've studied under for, I have 10 years now. How long have you been on the Cardone On Demand program?
4 going on 5 years now.
4 going on 5 years. Do you think it makes a difference to your daily training and your daily rituals?
Yes, it really does. I mean, once you get into Grant Cardone, it changes your mindset, changes the way you think, changes the way you live your everyday life.
What about the Digital BDC Academy?
I believe in that as well.
Okay. See, that the Digital BDC Academy, that's my virtual training, but I also still pay for grants. I think that once you have a mentor, there's no sense in trying to outproduce your mentor. Just learn from it, soak it up, and 10x it, as you say.
Yes, sir.
All right. The number one rule for success. You want to write this down. This is some real legitimate information that everybody needs to know. And I've never actually, this is the 10 rules according to Billy. All right. Now there's other people that give you rules, but I'm gonna give you my 10 rules, and I've got lots of evidence to back up why these are the most important 10 rules. Okay.
All right.
And this is not necessarily money goals, but it can be. This is not necessarily sales, but it can be. Not necessarily team building, but it can be. Just success. You got to have this. Number 1, you have to get hungry. Now, Felipe, you've heard me talk about that in the past. You've heard me talk about that when I'm directly talking to you. I said, Felipe, you got to get hungry.
Yes.
If you want success, you got to get hungry. And I've asked you in the past, I've actually said, I don't know if you can get hungry or if you're just born with it, but I have done a lot of meditating and studying. And the reason it's number 1 is because now I'm totally convinced you can get hungry, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So tell us what you know about being hungry, what being hungry means to you. And then we're going to read some of your comments. If you're watching this, please like and share this. Tag a friend. I'm going to read your comments. We're going to put some on the screen in just a minute. We're going to make sure. But first, let's get back to Felipe and the question I just posed to you. What does being hungry mean?
Being hungry means motivation, your dedication. What is your why? What gets you up in the morning? What drives you to go to work? What drives you to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week? Be away from your family 4 or 5 days at a time, making money. Just your dedication to your job.
Okay.
Hungry is your why. To me, it's my why.
Okay.
My family.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. I do not disagree. I want to make sure that we're really getting to the heart of the issue. Being hungry. You know, you see salespeople who sell 25 cars. Well, let's say they on a month they sell 30 cars. You've been there.
I'm with you.
All right. And on the 15th of the month, they already have about 20 cars, but they show up the next day grinding. They're the first ones there. You can tell that they want it more.
Yes.
I don't believe in this whole thing saying is he who wants it the most is going to get it. When 2 ball teams play together, the one that does the best job wins that night. It's not necessarily the one who wants it the most.
I'm with you. I get what you're saying there. Just saying, don't get complacent in what you do. You have to stay every day with a fire under your ass to just get going.
That's a good word. Fire.
Wake up. Your Grant Cardone says you're asleep like you're asleep like you're rich, and I'm working like I'm broke.
Mm-hmm. That's hungry right there. That's a good point. There's his mentor coming out again. Grant's a mentor. And by the way, mentors are important. We'll talk about that later. Get you a mentor if you don't have one. So I'm going to come back to that point of a burning desire. But let's start with the first message, Smith. Let's take some viewers. Let's see who we have. We have Sarah Stalker. Good morning, fella. Good morning, Sarah.
Morning, Sarah.
There's Carol Dixon. I don't know who that is. She's she's a fan of Felipe Tinajero. John Gonzalez, thank you. Stephen Hodge, Christopher Vickers. I think Christopher's over in a different country now. Good to see you. Good to hear from you there, Christopher. Tammy Donaldson. I need to talk to someone. Is talking to me, acting like they are you. So there you go. That's a sign of success when people are copying you and talking to ladies like Tammy Donaldson. Tammy Donaldson has obviously been trolled by someone pretending to be
somebody's trying to catfish us.
Happens like that.
Really.
All right. So Brady Roberts, thank you again, sir, and Sarah Stalker. Please, guys, like, comment, and share. We want to get this message out to everybody we can. So, Felipe, here now I have the advantage of being 45 years old, and you are 25. So I have 20 years on you. That's why some of these things I know in better detail, but I do like to get your opinion to see what you're hearing. Felipe says you have to have a fire lit. Here's how you get that. Here's the thing. You have to have a burning desire. You have to, as Eric Thomas says, you gotta want success more than you want to breathe when somebody's holding you down under the water. Now, I'm lucky. I was born with that. And I also learned something. Once I learned that a burning desire was a good thing, I started studying some people how to make that burning desire even greater. That's why it's the most important thing, Felipe. You have to have a burning desire. If you don't have it, you have to develop it. Before you can start talking about sales strategy, before you can talk about closing strategy, before you can start talking about writing your goals down, which we will, you have to have a burning desire. So what in the world are we going to tell somebody because I think everyone will agree. I would like to have success. Success is a good thing.
Yes.
Is there anyone you know who doesn't agree that success is a good thing?
Not that I know of.
Okay. But now here's where we're going to do something different that I've never heard, not even one of my mentors explain to you how to do. And here's the number one ingredient. You have to have a burning desire. You have to be hungry. But what if that person watching, and Jeremy's watching right here with me, he's helping me run this team of ninjas behind him that's we walk through. We have 20 people working right now, handling dealers all over the country. Not all of them have a burning desire to be the number one company, the number one product in the country. I think you have a burning desire.
I do.
But what are we going to do about these people? And what are we going to do about these people watching that say, yeah, I'd like to have success, but I don't have a burning desire? How are we going to help them get a burning desire? Any ideas?
Mentors, training, one-on-one coaching with these individuals. A lot of these people are just younger kids, maybe 19, 20 years old, don't really understand what they're going to do in life, just think going through the motions of college. But once you see there's substantial amounts of money to be made in what we do and how our company is affecting not just Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, the southern states, but all over the country, we are affecting dealerships and families and lives everywhere.
Absolutely. We are doing that. Now, I'm going to give you the ABCs of how to. You've heard that you need a burning desire. You've heard that you need to be successful. You heard that you need to have a goal. I'm going to lay it out for you and tell you exactly how to develop a burning desire. In the meantime, put Kim Ledbetter's comments up there on the screen. That's a long one. Grew up in a single-parent home, lived in a government project, always wanted to own a home. Got out of my career, hotel, and restaurant to get into sales. Washed the cars for a year while learning to sell. Started selling 1 year later. Now I have owned 5 rental houses and 1 apartment complex. Started sales in 1973 and still working hard at it today. I get to come in as early as I want to. I have the keys and I get to stay as late as I want. So that sounds like somebody who started this in 1973, I think he said, in the sales, and he's still hungry. So Kim probably can give us some ideas on how to stay hungry. Alex Cash said number 2. He's got should never be an option. Number 1 is always the goal anyone should have. Okay, so we got a lot of smart people watching. Now, I'm going to give the ABCs. We're still on rule number 1, which is you got to get hungry. If you want to get hungry, here's the ABCs. A, you got to believe. You got to tell yourself that you can do it.
Yes. You
got to tell yourself, and I mean, speak it. You have to tell yourself that you can do it. Because when I'm going to use money in real estate as an example of success, not the definition of success, but as an example. When, for 20 years, when I was 25, I would ride by the mansions on the beach and people with me would say, man, those rich people, they have that or whatever. And I would say, if they have that, then I can have that.
Absolutely right.
So you have to tell yourself that you can do it. So whatever it is that you would like to do, go ahead right now and tell yourself, get in your prayer closet, get in your car. Everybody talks and sings to themselves when they're riding down the road.
That's true. I was doing it just now.
So just talk to yourself. Tell yourself you can do it. Be your own coach. Yes. That's number A. B, you have to believe you deserve it. Now, you've already mentioned sacrifice, getting up early, hustling, the grinding, all those things. So if you do all those things, you have to understand that those rich people or those successful people, whatever your success looks like to you, that you, because you want it, is a sign that you deserve it, then you can have it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So many people think they can get it. That other people, they did it. They were lucky.
It's hard work.
It's hard work, and you can do it. And you deserve to do it. If you actually have your ideals make you worthy. You don't have to have a long, long history of accomplishments. Most people don't. Most people start on success before they have any accomplishments, but they believe that they deserve it and they tell themselves they can have it.
Muhammad Ali said, I told myself I was the best there was even before everyone else knew it.
He said he told everybody he was the best before he even believed it.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Before he even believed it, he was telling people that he was the best there ever was. And here's C. A, tell yourself you can have it. B, believe that you deserve it. And C, tell yourself you will have it.
Yes.
I will have that house on the beach if that's what you want. I will have a $10 million charity. I will fund charities around the world. Whatever it is, tell yourself that you will have it and that you deserve it and that you can have it.
I believe in all that as well. And that goes into what I think we're going to get into next is just writing down your goals daily.
It's coming up. It's coming up. Now, but here's why, that's what I always tell you guys to do that first. Write your goals down. And that is important. You can start there.
Yes.
But to write your goals down, the reason some people don't write them down daily, even though I tell them you write your goals down daily, is because they're not hungry. So I have to first get them hungry. If I can get them hungry, they're going to write their goals down. They don't need Billy anymore.
Understand?
So getting hungry is first. Now, here's how you do it. And actually, I think ABC somewhere in there, maybe tell yourself, believe you can have it, and tell yourself you're going to have it. That's A and B. Here's C. Here's the biggest part of that is visualize. Okay, guys, now pay attention. This is big. Put your 3 stars beside it, Smith. I'm about to give you a secret. If you'll just listen to me, I know what I'm talking about. To get hungry, you have to visualize it. You have to visualize what success looks like to you. Doesn't matter what I think it is, what Grant thinks it is, what Felipe thinks it is. We've had some super guests on the show already. Doesn't matter what any of those people define their success is. You have to see what it looks like for you, and you have to visualize it. Now, this is going to seem, I'm giving away some inner secrets, and I don't care. I'll take the ridicule. It does not bother me. You have to get alone. You have to get quiet. I prefer with a piece of paper, and you have to close your eyes and imagine exactly what the ideal day in your life is, or what the ideal scenario is. You have to visualize it in a very detailed manner. You have to allow yourself to daydream, and you have to allow yourself to fantasize. And I mean that about success.
I believe that 100%. If you can't see yourself there, then in 1 year, 2 years, then there's no way you could possibly do it. If you can't even believe in it, you can't see yourself in that $10 million house. Absolutely. You can't see yourself driving down California with, Porsche 911. Absolutely.
You have to visualize it. Close your eyes, allow yourself to daydream, allow yourself to fantasize, allow yourself to feel what success feels like, and then take out a piece of paper. Now, this is something that I learned that was very helpful for me. It's somewhere in some of these bookcases here. Take a minute and write down from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed tonight, an absolute fantasy day. Exactly what it would look like. What time did you wake up? What actions did you take the first hour, the second hour, the third hour, and go through 12 hours writing down exactly what the perfect day would look like. If you could have it any way you possibly wanted it, allow yourself to write it down as if it's really happening. Put yourself into that scene in that scenario, and it will give you, it's like reading a book when you go somewhere,
Yes.
It gives you you can smell it, touch it, taste it, and it starts waking up parts of your mind that are dormant.
I agree 100% with that.
Do you visualize?
I do.
Okay. Do you write your goals down daily?
I do.
Okay,
I wrote them down before I came to work this morning.
So guess what number 2 is? Number 1 is what? What's number 1?
One's write your goals down.
Nope. Number 1 is get hungry.
Oh yeah, get hungry, have a burning desire.
Have a burning desire. Number 2 is write your goals down daily. Let's look at some comments there, Smith. See what we got going on. We have a lot of viewers. Alex Cash, he's doing big things up there. I bet you he writes his goals down. Tell me the truth, Alex. Do you write your goals down? Alex says being number 2 should never be an option. Number 1 is the only goal, and he's number 1 in his market. I think he's number 1 in the state. Brady Roberts, brother, you guys know this better than anyone. I know 630
vehicles in August.
Thank you for reading it to me. I can't. My eyes are not.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
as
Brady.
Good as yours.
You guys crush it. Yes, we do.
Read the next one.
All right, pass the next one down. Jeremy Newell says, just because you grew up poor doesn't mean you have to remain poor. Set goals and work hard. Speak positively every day.
You know what? It's nobody's fault that you were born poor, but it is your fault if you die poor. 100%. Read the next one.
Most people won't get it, but they're talking about the power of one, aka positive manifestation.
Eric Jones. Okay, so he went a little deeper than I did, and that's fine. I'm with you, brother. I believe that you're exactly right. Most people won't get it, he said, but they're talking about the power of one, aka positive manifestation. Now, here's the thing, Eric, and maybe you agree with me on this. Thoughts are things. It's very important. We can manifest things. And, the whole idea of The Secret and the whole idea of Think and Grow Rich, all those are great ideas, great ideals. And I researched them and I put the power out there. But you can't have it without sacrifice and hard ass work. Anybody that tells you can do it without hard ass work is not your friend. So I don't know if you agree with me, Eric, but I can tell that you're researching a lot of areas that some people probably aren't. Move on to Brady.
Brady says everyone's success is different because everyone's background is different. Decide your goals and go for them.
All right, Brady, I 75% agree with you. Yes, everyone's success is different because everyone's background is different. I don't care what your background is.
If I grew up, without a house in a single wide, I still want a $10 million house.
That's right.
If I grew up in $1 million house, I'd still want that $10 million, $100 million house.
That's right. It doesn't matter what your background is. Don't let your background define what your goals are. Go back up to Jeremy's comment. See what Jeremy said.
Just because you grew up poor doesn't mean you have to remain poor. Set goals and work hard. Speak positively every day.
Speak positively. That's so important.
Yes. You can't have a negative attitude around you.
And that's what visualization, that's what writing this down, that's what writing your dream life or your dream day in the life looks like is you're speaking positive things about yourself.
Yes.
So there it is. Number 2, write your goals down daily. Write them down daily. Why is it important to write them down daily, Felipe?
Stay focused on your targets.
To stay focused, it keeps them top of the mind awareness.
Yes.
Right. So if you're writing your goals down twice a day, then while other people may be thinking about the ball game, and we all love ball games and sports, but they may be just bogged down in the negativity of the news cycle or the negativity of their work environment. But if you're writing your goals down in the morning and in the evening, you're focused on something with a positive meaning. And maybe that manifestation that Eric, I think, was talking about, you're actually waking up dormant things. You're waking up parts of the universe. You're getting in tune with the spirit, things like that. So it's important to write them down daily.
I believe in that. Seen a comment right there. Eric Jones just posted. I like that. Being poor is hard. Becoming rich is hard. Every day, wake up hungry and choose your hard.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it, Eric. If they're not hungry, you got to get hungry. Yes. And that's why number 1 is to get hungry. We've already talked about that. Rewind it to the beginning if you want to know how to get hungry. I'm gonna share a couple of goals with you because it's important how you write your goals down. Write them down as if you already have them, and allow yourself to fantasize. There's some I showed Felipe my goals from years ago, and they seemed unrealistic at the time. So I don't believe in writing down realistic goals. That's fine if you want to write down some realistic goals, but write down goals that you really, 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 really want. And it doesn't matter if you have a plan yet, just write them down. Here's an example. I have 2,000 dealers on the DigiNinja program. That's not yet a reality, but if I write that down twice a day, then I'm going to be doing things, and my subconscious mind is going to be doing things subconsciously that help make those things real.
Yes. Go ahead. Bless you. Sorry.
So here's another example. I fund charities around the world. You can put a dollar amount on it. I have $10 million in one account just for charities. Those are meaningful goals that when you write them down, I think you're right. Staying aware of them is very important. I think it goes deeper into what Eric was talking about. You actually start
to
manifesting things. I absolutely believe that. I think it's biblical too when they talk about manifestation. So I'm not talking woo-woo stuff that new age necessarily.
With you.
What was you going to say?
I was reading Sarah's thing there, his comments right there. I don't hope something will work. I plan it and I work for it. I keep in mind and tell myself what I will do, not what I want to do. Okay.
Let's stay on that one. You don't hope something to work. Absolutely. You plan it and you work for it. I agree. I'm 99% in agreement. Here's the thing, Sarah. I believe that even if you don't have a plan, just start writing it down and taking action.
Yes. I believe you have a goal or a path to choose. Mm-hmm. there's two paths. It don't matter if you choose the right or the wrong path. You work hard enough if you choose the wrong one to make that the right path.
Okay.
So, I mean, it goes back to work ethic and dedication as well.
Totally agree. Read Ryan Bowes right there.
How do you handle or decide risk versus benefit scenarios? Sorry if off topic. I just logged on.
No, it's fine. You can ask any question. Here's the thing about this being our show. We don't have to read your comment. We don't like it. We'll just ignore it. But no, anything. Be sure that you ask questions. If you agree or disagree, let us know. Like and share it, guys. We need to get as many people on this as we can. Here's why. Your network is what?
It's your net worth.
Your net worth. So if you want to increase your net worth, increase your network. That's why I have 5,000 Facebook friends, and I want 100,000 people following me on Facebook so that I can increase my net worth, add value, and benefit from it, and help people at the same time.
Right.
Back to Ryan's question: how do you handle or decide risk versus benefit scenarios? Now, I think I know what he's asking. The risk reward.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't have reward without risk.
They say the greater the risk, greater reward.
And that's an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact. But you have to decide. Here's what you got to do to answer your question, Ryan. You got to look at worst case scenario and say, can I handle it if it happens? So, if your risk tolerance is very low, then I'm not telling you to go at it the way I go at it. I mean, he asked the question. I'm going to give an honest answer. I spend tons of money investing in taking a chance, in building something that's not there, in creating, in hiring people. I'm talking about tons of money. So here's how I'm able to do that, Ryan. I'd rather lose the money than not try to go for my vision.
I understand that 100%. Worst case scenario, you start over.
Worst case scenario, you start over. So Ryan, obviously Ryan is a goal-oriented person who's trying to think about if he should be taking risks. And I'm not an advisor on telling you to go for it. Now, I will say this, some very successful people, some people who are way more successful than I am, including my mentors, including some of these books back here, they will absolutely, I'm just trying to think of the names of Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey would tell you to jump. He said you got to jump. And that should fit in with Ryan. Ryan is a Marine, I believe I'm speaking correctly. He also is on the he's a flight paramedic. Oh. So he's into risk. Anybody that'll join the Marines and
fight for the country.
Yeah. So I think you already may know some things about risk reward that we don't even know, Ryan. But I'll say this. Look at worst case scenario. Ask yourself, can I live with it if that happens? If you can live with yourself in worst case scenario,
go for it.
Go for it. So I hope I answered your question. Feel free to ask again, Ryan. Maybe I could get more specific.
Jeremy Newell says, one of my main goals is to not just change my life, but to change the lives of those around me.
And I agree with Jeremy, and that's why he's a part of this team, because I believe that, like attracts like. And we had a meeting. I think you were in it the other day. The purpose of this company, this empire that we're building, which is the fastest growing software company in the entire auto industry, the purpose is to change lives, to change the way dealers buy and sell cars. And then my biggest ideal is to change the lives of the people who believed in the vision with me, the people that were in it. Close in it when there were a lot of people saying don't do it. My job or my goal is to change the lives of those people in a monetarily way.
Yes.
Make you financial free. And I think within 4 years, we're going to have lots of people in my inner circle that are totally financial.
Nice freedom going around there.
I totally believe it.
I believe in that. I would say success is not defined on you, but the people around you who you've built up. The quote, I could be saying that wrong, but the success is not looked upon you, but the people around you in your inner circle who you built up.
I understand what you're saying. And here's what I can tell. Maybe this will answer it better. You show me your top 5 friends. I'll tell you how much money you make. I'll tell you where you live at. I'll tell you how overweight or fit you are. I will tell you what religion you are, and I can tell everything I need to know about you by your 5 closest friends.
You are who you hang with.
That's exactly right. Yep. Okay, so he's looking that up now. So, see, we're still on number 2 right here.
Yes.
Write your goals down daily. Here's why: we are reprogramming our mind or programming it with good information. This could actually be a step within itself. And I think it was supposed to be. So we'll call this number 3 right here, is to program or reprogram your mind daily. And I believe if you don't do this at least an hour a day, that you're not serious about it. Now that here's where the show just gets so unfun. If you're not training your mind at least an hour a day, because I cannot lie to you. I cannot get on here and give you 10 little easy steps and tell you you're going to have massive success and tell you that you can manifest things in your life by chanting and visualizing and saying nice things and being positive and loving butterflies and, you know, and woo, woo, woo. Now it's mine.
Right.
Don't believe that shit. Can't happen without hard work. You have to reprogram your mind. It's very important to reprogram your mind. And if you're not doing it at least an hour a day, you're not serious. So, you know, we might have just lost half the viewership right there.
That is the truth now.
So what's some things you can do for at least an hour a day that'll help reprogram or condition your mind to success?
Reading books.
Books, absolutely.
Training, video training.
Virtual training, absolutely.
I'd say meditation.
Great one. I didn't write that one down. The other two I did. Meditation, audiobooks.
Audiobooks as well. Yeah, reading. Driving. You say you drive to work, you got a 30-minute drive to work. You put on an audiobook, 10X by Grant Cardone or Sell or Be Sold. Listen to that on the way to work, 30 minutes on the way back. When you go to work, you're already pumped up. You're ready to go, ready to crush those goals. You crush them, you go home. You go home thinking about, how am I going to do this tomorrow? How am I going to 10X what I've done today and affect that into tomorrow's work?
Absolutely. And it's more than being pumped up, Felipe. I like to think that I can motivate people. I like to think that I can stir people's emotions,
right?
But that's fleeting. That means that can go away quickly.
Yes.
So programming your mind is more about learning to think a certain way, to think like successful people think.
Your paradigm.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can find a mentor. You mentioned earlier, get you a mentor. Boy, my Southern showed out then when I said get you a mentor. Get you a mentor and study that mentor. You don't have to work in the same room or in the same business with your mentor. Right. You can study all their YouTube videos, all their audio, all their podcasts, all their blogs, all their books. You can learn to think like your mentor. So get a mentor. Facebook groups.
Yes.
You know, we talked about sales hustlers yesterday. There's, I think you said 18,000 people in there.
Yeah, quite a few of those.
You know, he's got 18,000 people who are success oriented. Your network is your net worth. I guarantee you there's some very successful people in there that are sharing good information.
They are.
You can watch this video. You can watch this live feed every day. You don't have to watch it live. Go back and watch it on YouTube. Please, by the way, follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to get some
subscribe
attention.
And click the bell so know when it goes live.
There you go. I like that. Thank you, Felipe. Let's see. Another part of reprogramming your mind or programming your mind or getting this good information. All the stuff we mentioned is free, but I strongly believe as part of the third step of reprogramming your mind, you need to pay for at least one resource per month, and that's a minimum. Like you have free training. You get the Digital BDC Academy, Cardone On Demand, YouTube's free. You need to pay for something that's going to improve your life because success isn't free, man. And if you pay for it, then you're more likely to use it.
Understand.
If you're not paying for your personal development, you aren't serious about your success. I don't care how broke you are. If you're not paying for your personal development, you're not serious about your success.
Just invest in yourself.
That's absolutely. That is exactly what I mean. Invest in yourself. At least one item a day. Okay. So this is actually step 4. I'm going to give you step 1, 2, and 3 again. Step 1 is get hungry.
Burning desire.
Have a burning desire, and we told you exactly how to develop that. Step 2 is write your goals down daily, twice a day if you can. Step 3 is reprogram your mind to feed your mind the good stuff at least an hour a day, pay for at least one item per month that you're improving yourself on. Step 4 is a big one, and it is be bigger than your environment. What do I mean, Felipe? Do you have any idea what I mean when I say be bigger than your environment?
Wherever you're at in the company, or let's say you're just a salesman in your dealership. I want to be looked at as a sales. I want people handing me deals to submit it to the banks. I want people coming to me, hey, can you close my deal? I don't want to be the salesman. I want to be the man. I'm not a businessman. I am the business man.
That's right. Absolutely. So, and I don't believe there's any such thing as just a salesman, but I get what you're saying. If your job title is salesperson, you need to be helping get deals bought. You need to be helping close your friends' deals. You need to be taking out the trash. You need to be, cleaning up. You need to find it nicer than you left it. You need to take responsibility for everything. Sweep the floor.
Yes.
Take responsibility. Do more than you are paid to do.
Yeah. I can't even think of that.
That's okay. If you do more than you're paid to do, you're going to get paid for things that you don't even do. I'm telling you.
The quote that I was thinking of right then.
Is that it?
I've heard you say it many times.
It's the truth. If you will do things that you're not paid to do, eventually you're going to get paid to do things you're not even doing.
Yes.
I mean, oh, by the way, let me talk on some people here, brag on some people, and then we'll get to some comments. Felipe, you've been here over 2 years now.
Yes.
Do you know that because of the type of people, because of our network, because of who we surround ourselves with, that we've never had 2 declining months of sales?
I do know that.
So, like, let's just say we had a 2019 with a huge June, best month we've ever had in June. So July was down a little bit, and then we had to make sure that we kept the trend. We had to get August above July.
Yes.
Well, yes, Saturday we had 2 days to go, and it looked like we were not gonna get above where we were at. So that was gonna be the first time ever we had 2 declining months, and we were also trailing August of 2019. We've never not had year over year bigger sales than we did the previous year. Same month. But I put some bonuses out there. You guys got busy selling, and we're about 15% higher than we were in July, and we're about 25% higher than we were of August 2019. So, do you think that the salespeople that are pushing us out there, and Brady's got some customers, some of the salespeople, we got Joey, we got Chad, we got Hank, we got you, we got Wes, we got Caleb, we got Scott Hopkins out there pushing our products because we have an amazing product here. You think these guys do these steps that we're talking about?
Yes. I know for a fact Wes does.
Wes does.
Me and Wes started the same time to get in this industry.
And hey, great point. When Wes is here, Wes is a big guy too.
Yeah.
6'6", 6'7", something like that. So he's already bigger than most people, but from a working standpoint, Wes is very much bigger than his environment.
Yes.
He does a lot of things that he doesn't get paid for, and that's very important.
And that's a problem solver.
He's a problem solver. Absolutely. Let's see. Do more than you paid for. You're exact. That was next. Look for problems. That's part of being bigger than your environment. Look for problems, not to be negative, but to find the problems. To solve the problems. Take responsibility for everything, and take responsibility for what's happening inside your environment. You mentioned it already. Help those other people in your environment. If you have some people that are new to sales, they're not having a lot of success, help those people. One of the best ways to increase your sales is to help somebody else sell. One of the best things to get what you want is to help other people get what they want. It's just the right thing to do. Is being bigger than your environment.
100% agree with that.
Leave it better than you found it, and look for ways to add value. Now, we're running up on 50 minutes right now. We started a little bit late, but we try to be done by lunch so people can jump on over to the Cardone Zone or whatever the show is he has today. But one of Cardone's shows starts at 12. We like to support him as well. So I don't think we're going to get through all 10, but number 4 is going to be a perfect one. Possibly it's actually number 5. It's going to be a perfect one to end on because it's what this show is all about, and it's what you are. It's how I introduce you. And I waited to number 5 because if you don't do those first 4 steps, go back and listen and take notes of what the first 4 steps are. Then number 5, it's impossible to do number 5. And that's become a master salesperson. I do not care what business you're in. I don't care what you think of salespeople. The most successful people on the planet are salespeople. I'll give you an example. Grant Cardone, master salesperson, pretty successful.
Yes.
Eric Thomas, very motivational guy, but he's also a salesperson. He's selling himself. He's selling his ideas. The greatest salesperson in the history of mankind, in my opinion, was not even called a salesperson, but Steve Jobs.
I was about to say that as well.
Steve Jobs was a master salesperson. So if you are, let's see if I can recall them from memory. If you're getting hungry, you know how to get hungry. You write your goals down daily.
Yes.
You
retrain your mind,
retrain or program your mind, and you, number 4. They're going the wrong direction. What was number 4? Program your mind.
Program your mind.
Be bigger than your mind.
Yeah, be bigger. Solver. Yes.
Yep. Be bigger than your mind. Then you have a chance to become a master salesperson. We've already talked about a lot of things that help you become a master salesperson, which is training. All these things are like a circle. They just go together. Write your sales goals down, write who you want to be, find a mentor, reprogram your mind, train daily, virtual training.
And when we start doing it comes full circle. You see your life start changing, things start going in a positive direction for you.
So these rules, they just start depending on each other and perpetuating the next rule.
Yes.
Okay. So become a master salesperson. To do that, you have to train daily. You have to train daily. So here in this company, even our ninjas, that it's an entry-level position, they start out just solving dealer problems through setting appointments, but they have to train how often?
Every day.
Every day. We have to train daily. Before you can even be hired here, you have to
train.
You have to train. You need to learn how to make sales calls because it's hard.
They are hard.
So you need to, which is actually rule number 5 or 6. I'll get to in just a second, maybe. But you need to do hard things and understand how to overcome objections. Maybe you've never been in sales before. We'll go back to Ryan Bowes. Okay. I got some advice for you, Ryan. Before you jump into something, whatever it is that's on your horizon that you're curious if you want to do, go get you a sales job. Get you a sales job and learn how to work off commission.
That's the only way I'd like to work is commission.
Because that's the way successful people do things. The best way to get rich is to get a commission job and get great at it. Become a master salesperson. So Ryan, get you a sales job. Here's another way you can do it. Yeah, I got some comments coming. Here's a way you can do it. Join a multi-level marketing company. Oh, we just lost the other half of our audience out there. I'm serious, man. Robert Kiyosaki, best-selling author, time after time after time after time. He was being interviewed by some Harvard-educated reporter and said, but she was very young, recently graduated, and said, what can I do to get more attention for my book? Obviously, she was very smart. He said, learn to sell, take a sales class. She was offended. Mm-hmm. Robert Kiyosaki understands the importance of becoming a master salesperson. He recommends heavily getting into multi-level marketing. I did not say pyramid schemes. Oh. I said multi-level marketing, which is what any corporation is. You got the people at the top, you got the shareholders, then you have the managers, and you have middle managers, and then you have the worker bees. Everything's a pyramid. Anyway, this will help you learn to overcome objections, which you can also learn in the Digital BDC Academy, and it will help you to deal with criticism. And everybody who's successful is going to have to deal with some criticism. I don't know if I have time for rule number 6. Let's go back and look at some of the comments, Smith, and let young Felipe read us the comments.
Billy and Felipe are deep. Who knew Felipe was so enlightened when we went to school together?
He wasn't in high school.
I definitely wasn't at all.
He got enlightened later because he got hungry.
Yes. Awesome advice. That answers my question perfectly. Thank you. Glad we could help Ryan Bowes. Brady, you already made a huge impact on my life, Billy, and I'm glad to be working with you daily.
I thought he was talking about Felipe. It sounded like Felipe. You've already made a huge impact on me personally. Felipe is what I think he meant to say. I'm glad to be working with you daily.
Do books count as items bought to better yourself?
Absolutely.
100% agree with that.
Absolutely. So, and the good point, Clint, if you're not buying books, if you're not buying at least one book per month to make you a better person, you're not serious about your success. You're not. Audible's so cheap, said Smith. He had a microphone yesterday, but Felipe took it today.
Sorry, Smith.
What about Seth? He wants to talk about the hat. Where's it? I don't know. Read what he said.
So that's a pretty cool hat behind y'all. Where can I get one?
Oh, let's see. Dark 30.
Dark 30.
I like the Dark 30 brand. Now, I'm going to give, obviously, I think this is a new brand.
It is new brand.
It's a new apparel brand, Dark 30.
Dark 30.
Where can you buy Dark 30 at right now? That's the most important thing. Let people know where they can buy it.
Message me or Seth Carter personally on Facebook or at Satilla Feeding Outdoors in Blackshear, Georgia. Website coming soon at thedark30.com.
Okay, now if you want to take this, Seth, I appreciate you watching the show. If you want to take this to a national level, the first thing you got to do,
Brand.
you got to brand yourself. You got a brand here, but let's see some Dark 30 videos. Let's see Seth's personality and Felipe's personality come out in some YouTube videos about what a Dark 30 buyer. So let's say that I'm a Dark
season's coming around.
I'm a Dark 30 buyer. What type of things are going to appeal to the buyer of your product, of your brand? I would think some fishing videos,
yes,
some hunting videos, and to see you guys out there
and outdoors,
living in the great outdoors and doing your thing.
I can agree with that. I actually had a bet with Dory about who's going to kill the biggest deer this year.
Oh
$100 wager on the line.
Oh my gosh. How did this turn into a hunting show? Anyway, if you want to be super successful, you definitely need to become a master salesperson. And that's what Felipe is doing and Seth's doing. That's what we're doing here in this company. Clint's had some great comments there showing his support. Thank you all for showing your support. Elizabeth and Jamie McKinnon said,
definitely in regards to books, the top CEOs and executives read 4 to 5 books per month. I agree with that. And Grant Cardone says read 1 book per week.
Absolutely. So you know what? I'm glad you said that. When you get a mentor, you have to be willing to take their advice. And about 10 years ago, maybe I got started. I got started reading a book, reading often over 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, Grant told me top CEOs read 52 books per year, while the average American reads 1 book a year. And it's probably something that's not very helpful.
Right.
He said, if you want to be like the most successful people, do what they do. And I started reading a book a week, and I read a book a week for almost 10 years. And that's where I got a lot of this good information. So, Elizabeth and Jamie, I don't know if that's Elizabeth or Jamie, but that's great advice.
Good stuff.
That's very good stuff. Might have to get Elizabeth and Jamie on the show. I bet they have some specialized knowledge.
Sure they do.
Yep, that'll be fun. So, if you will, guys, like and share this, show your support, and
be sure to subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe on YouTube. Where else can they find us? Where else do we need?
Facebook, Billy W. Merritt or Felipe Tinajero. Instagram. I'll drop my Snapchat if you want to follow me on Snapchat. Fine.
Hey, Snap's where the fun stuff happens. You definitely need to follow Billy W. Merritt on Snapchat. I'll post it in the comments. I'll post my little Snap code. Listen, guys, I promise there's $1 million in the show that we just gave you. How do I know this? I've seen it firsthand. How can you get it? Go back to rule number 1, get hungry. Then follow every rule till you get to number 5. We've got 5 more rules. Maybe we'll do this in another show. We run out of time today. We don't want to encroach on our mentor going live at 12 noon. Grant Cardone, you can catch the Cardones on every day at 12. You can catch Billy Presents every single day at 11. Live at 11. Felipe, thank you for joining the show today.
Thank you, Billy.
Give us some comments. Let us know how you think Felipe did. If you like Felipe better than me and you want Felipe on the show and me gone, put that in the comments, like and share it. I can handle it. I just want your feedback. I don't care if it's positive or negative. I thrive. As a matter of fact, I need to get a little more. I need to be a little more offensive. I need to say some things that'll really make some people mad so that you'll start talking about me. I do not feel comfortable unless somebody is being critical. So like and share the show, tag your friends, take screenshots and send to your friends. Look at this idiot with the headphones on and look at Felipe being cool. Until next time, which is tomorrow on Winning Wednesday,
11 a.m.
Billy Merritt Presents out.